Welcome back to DreamLeague Season 5. We're here indeed after this first series. It was it's very convincing. This series is like one convincing game for Navi, one convincing game for No Diggity. How did that happen? Well, actually, you said already, Matt, before the game started, like that early game, it's going to be rough for Navi to go through with that.
It was very greedy. It was extremely greedy, and I mean they thought they could get away with it because of this Oracle Darcy matchup. And honestly, the Spectre did not get pressured so much. But it was what I mentioned before the game. Like when you picked Radiant, then suddenly your mid laner is easy to protect. And that's exactly what happened in that game. They try to pressure the Invoker, but they can't because the Doom, when he's farming, if he's aware of what's going on, and obviously he's a good player, and he's a very good player, especially Yabzor.
Yeah.
So he knows that as soon as the Lina misses from top, for example, or as soon as they feel like, I don't know, OD's playing aggressively, so he's going to communicate. Kog'Jwa will tell him, for example, yo, I think they're ganking me because right now the lane is in such position that it's easy for them to go on me. Then the Doom is just going to, he's going to keep farming and he's going to stay very close to the Invoker. And as soon as the Astral comes, then he Astraled me. So he has 4 seconds to just run switch. So you could wonder why is always Doom there, but he can always be there. That's the thing with picking Radiant. Yeah, that's the thing with picking Radiant. So and this cold snap into Scorched Earth is actually terrifying. Like when you do, I didn't think about it, but it's like you get cold snap and just it ticks. Whatever happens, he just keeps ticking. So whenever they went on that Doom, they actually lost on the Invoker. I mean, they actually lost the lane for the OD because Dandy was winning the matchup. In the first game, we had Dandy versus Kog'Jwa, and the matchup was even. And the second game was the exact opposite, and then they won it.
Yeah.
So it looks like Dandy had an edge on Kog'Jwa, I'd say, one-on-one, but with those rotations from Navi, they actually lost the lane for Dandy. So from there on, the Invoker was super farmed that game, and he did so much. And then they basically lost the only lane they should have, I'd say, pressured.
Hey, what was the story of the game for you?
Oh, man, it was team fights. I mean, that Darkseer Invoker combo, they got enough farm under that Invoker where he could do those big team fights, and it was good. I mean, there was a couple of them. Oh, I don't like to point at specific things that I think made the game go down, but that Roche fight at the end was just an annihilation. The Darkseer into the Invoker, it was just madness. Literal madness coming out from Navi on that.
I believe that
awesome
we might have a clip from that one.
Oh.
Do we?
Pressure, production team. Can you get it in time?
Yeah. Now let's see what we have here. Okay, so walk me through this.
So I really, that was a fight that happened a bit before that. So they're wrapping around, which is the good way to go because they want to get those key heroes that needs really good positioning, Doom, Darkseer, and they actually the problem is that the Doom animation is faster than the Roar, so he dooms him before, which is very crucial because now they couldn't use the Roar and they couldn't use the Necros, and you could look at the positioning from Kog'Jwa and Kezu. They were staying around the trees here. That was very smart, out of vision of their team, just waiting for the right moment, waiting for the perfect communication. Yo, I'm going in, I'm vacuuming, use your spells or whatever, and then they get the perfect combo. And from there on, the fight. I mean, where's the Slark? I don't even know, and I don't even care where the Slark is because he's useless. Like they actually won the fight already, just the two of them. So it's really very nice positioning and execution. So I don't even know where the Slark is actually. Yeah, he's on the top of the fight here, actually going for the Oracle. You can see the life of the Oracle dropping down. So Era is trying to kill the Oracle, which is also a good choice. So
he's
perfect
just picking off everybody that's trying to go home.
This is like the perfect execution of their team fight. It's flawless, and obviously there's nothing Navi can do about it. And Navi do have good heroes to actually try to create chaos. They wrapped around, they have the Spectre ulti to see the positioning of everyone. I would say that as soon as they get unsmoked, as soon as the Beastmaster gets unsmoked, the Spectre needs to trigger his ultimate. So the Beastmaster gets good vision of the enemy team before they actually see him. It's very key. Because what happened here is that the Doom saw the Beastmaster in time and got the Doom off. But if the Spectre ultis and the Beastmaster gets the ulti before the Doom sees him, then the fight is completely different. He could maybe even get a Doom on, or I don't know, any hero could go and disable, let's say the Lina runs and disables the Darkseer, and then the whole combo from No Diggity
is not going
completely. The fight would be different.
You think that could have changed the game?
It could have, and that's why they picked Spectre as well. They picked Spectre is a hero that creates chaos in your lineup. You can't really secure good positioning for your heroes. Your Invoker can't just hide in the trees because Spectre is going to find him. You're going to know where he is, and you're going to disable him. But it didn't happen in this fight.
Didn't happen in this fight. What?
Nothing. It was, I was agreeing with you. It was
like you
very
were gonna
even
say something.
matchup. It really looked like either team could have taken it. It was really from team fight to team fight until they barely started pulling ahead with those little moves like that. And then got away from him, man. What are you going to do? You can't give...
It's a fair draw, 1-1.
It's a fair draw.
Well, we do have an interview ready with Kezu, I believe. Kezu, how are you doing today?
I'm doing really good after this game.
Yeah, I can imagine. Congrats on that game. It was a good one to watch for sure. The first game, however, ouch. What went wrong?
I think we screwed up. We underestimated them, and I think we sort of approached the game wrong. I think that was the biggest issue.
Do you feel like it was your game plan already from the start, or halfway through it just didn't feel good?
I think a little bit of both. Like our game plan from the start, and we needed to adapt, but I don't think we did. I think putting the OD mid was a major mistake we did in that game, and underestimating Lycan. But it was also the first time we played against a Lycan, and obviously they played it really well, and it really worked out for them.
And the Shadow Demon was definitely scary as well.
Yeah, for sure. It was a nightmare. All right, I got a question for you. I want to get in your head a little bit. Now, off lane, when you're playing that, who's a hero when the other team picks it? You're like, oh no. Who are you afraid of facing as an offlaner?
Disruptor.
Yeah?
There's no hesitation there.
Disruptor.
No, I hate Disruptor. I don't know. I can't handle Disruptor.
Go into that a little bit. Tell me about that anger.
Like the glimpse is something. It's just a spell. It's so unique that I don't have enough experience with it. It just catches me every time.
All right, good answer. Thank you.
And what about that Beastmaster game, Kesu, where you actually went for the Necro 2 into the Blink? That is really unconventional. Most of the time you see Necro 1 into Blink or Rush Necro 3. So what was the thinking process behind that?
At first, I had like pretty good farm, so I thought I could probably just do it the normal way, where I go Necro 3 into Blink, like pretty much what everyone else does. But I realized halfway through that once I had the Necro, it looked kind of bad, and I was our main initiator. But like I was the one who had to like start the fight, so I just went for Necro 2 and adapted into a Blink right after.
All right, makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, Kezu, we are hopefully going to talk to you again today because you're going to be going up against Empire in your last series already in DreamLeague. So I'm going to let you get back to your team so you can prepare for that one because that one's coming up very shortly.
Whoa, we need some hype. Any fighting words against Empire? You're about to face off. Any words for your opponent, man?
I'm not sure. I think the only thing I have to say is that we really want this land spot, so I think that we're going to crush them to 0.
That's easy.
That's
Fighting
easy.
words. There we go.
That's
the
good.
hype is here.
Yeah, good luck to you and your team and hopefully until after the series then.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. That, of course, was Kezu from No Diggity, their offlaner that I believe it was you that actually told me about them, that recently came from Han and instantly got to 7.6 KMR in just a few months' time, which is on itself just a very impressive feat.
He's a very talented and hardworking player, especially the way he approaches practicing and gaming in general is very professional. So he'll get far for sure. I mean, he's already there in a sense, right?
Yeah.
But,
If they win 2-0, I mean, they've gotten very far. I think they were number 1, and they're going to pretty much have it on lock for the finals.
I think they have a pretty good shot. It really depends on how Na'Vi is going to do. I mean, we just saw them play, of course, in the series. How do you feel they're going to do? Because this was only their first series.
Yep.
It's always the case. Like, I mean, to me, the first game was extremely solid, very innovative, solid, well done. And then there's the second game where they casually run with 5 people in the Roche pit against Darcy Invoker, and they get like wombo comboed and they all die. And then you're like, I don't understand. Like, you just played godlike, and then you go for that move that's basically, I don't want to call it a throw, but it's, let's say that it's less methodical than the game they played before.
I think that's a very diplomatic way of putting it.
I tried. Well, then I don't really know what to think. I just think that they have very, like, probably the sickest potential because they actually come up with new strategies. They play, like, they caught off guard No Diggity that were doing really well and dominating, let's say, like, DreamLeague so far. Like, they've been dominating every other team. And Navi just comes here and destroys them in game 1. So I can't. Asking me to give a prediction on Navi's result is like predicting the weather in 10 years. I have no idea. Literally no idea.
You don't know what the weather is going to be in 10 years?
Best you can do is like hope for the best.
Yeah. I feel like it's a team that wants a challenge. You know,
Yes.
They win the first game, then they're like, let's do something literally insane. Screw it. We're Navi. We want to have some fun.
Probably.
So I think they're going to be 1-1 in all the time. Will that get them into the finals? I'm not good at math. Probably not.
No.
But good
It's a
luck
bold
to 'em.
prediction.
That
We're
is
going to find
bold.
out if that's going to stand. But for now, we can take a look at where they stand right now. Because after this first series, here are the updated standings. So no Diggity finally actually to the top, as they now have one series more played than Vega Squadron. And they won that. So they got an extra win, an extra loss there. And they only need to play 2 more games, which is both up against Empire only a little bit later. And as you can see, Empire, they've already got 4 losses. They can't have much more. They are actually in a tricky position. And normally, when you look at standings, I normally look at the amount of losses a team is allowed to have. That's
a good way.
That's the easiest way to look at how they're going to end up.
Makes it simpler.
Avert your eyes from London Conspiracy.
But look at this. We
Don't
got
look.
4 losses, 3 losses, 4, 4, 4. Okay, don't look at London Conspiracy. And then at Venom is at 4, and Navi, okay, they've only played 1 series, so we
Right.
can't let's not look at them for now. But this is
That series is like crucial for Empire, right?
Yes.
Like it really is.
It
like
really is.
they can't really lose.
And if, for example, it goes 1-1, now that opens the board for a lot of other teams as well, and we might be looking at some tiebreakers here.
Ooh.
But there's still 7 more days of league play, or rather 6 after today, so there's still a lot of possibilities there, but it is getting very scary, and it just shows how even this competition is and how even the teams are that are playing in this league right now, which is very, very interesting. Now, we have got a small break before we continue with Empire versus No Diggity. In the meantime, though, make sure you check out Snapchat. DH DreamLeague is where you should be for that one. And, of course, if you missed anything, and I do mean anything, we have pre-show, red buttons, games, of course, as well. They're on YouTube, DH DreamLeague as well. And last but not least, Twitter. DH DreamLeague. There you go. Had them all. Now, we'll be back after a short break. See you then.